Alright, hello, and today we've got a spicy one for Pioneer. I've been deep in Pioneer doing all sorts of different things. I have a bunch of decks built now, and I need to play with them. I doubt I'll get through all of them. There's 100, maybe a couple hundred different decks I've built, and we get a new set every month, so it's basically impossible to keep up. But I pulled out a couple today. The first one we're going to play with is an Esper Greasefang deck that is using Essence Flux in conjunction with Quantum Riddler. So you can warp this thing out, then you can Essence Flux to blink it, obviously, and then the 4/6 will stick around and you get to draw 2 cards for 3 mana. So that's relatively powerful. This is a fine card on its own. It's a pretty decent fair card. If your opponent's just leaving up removal for Greasefang, you can kind of just use this to get card advantage. Also, Essence Flux doubles as a protection spell for your Greasefang. If your opponent shoots a removal spell at your Greasefang, you can just Essence Flux it. It'll come back untapped, and then you can just crew your vehicle anyway. So that's a nice little combination. We've got Fallaji Archaeologist as another Essence Flux target. This can mill things into the graveyard. We have some tune-ups to find as sort of additional Greasefangs that work well with this. Other than that, just a Balemurk to mill for Greasefang. Faithful Mending, we got Mire, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Vanishing Verse, all relatively strong removal spells, and then Thundering Broodwagon as a extra like Parhelion slot, but you can just cycle it away. Mana base just has a bunch of shocks, some starting towns, nothing too fancy going on here. And then side deck we've got Deafening Silence, Mire, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, Hearse as a vehicle that you can get back with Greasefang, also Graveyard Hate. More verses, knockout blows for red. Ashiok can be good against some of the combo decks like Scape Shift and sometimes Lotus Field, and then just a Shieldred as like a pivot threat for things like Graveyard Hate. So that is another nice thing about the scam, is that if your opponent overdoes Graveyard Hate, you can just do this and beat them up with the Sphinx, and that's really nice. So there's some problems with this deck. It's a 3-color deck in Pioneer. It's clunky. We're going to have hands that are like a bunch of Riddlers and Parhelions some percent of the time. But we're just experimenting, so hopefully we can get this to a better place. But for now, I'm just trying to learn, see if there's anything to this. But I thought it was a cool approach. I've got a few different Quantum Riddler plus Essence Flux decks I want to get around to. But this is the first one, and I hope you all enjoy the games. If you want the list, it will be in the description. Always should be, assuming I remember. And yeah. Alright, let's go first. We're up against Yorion. I think it's... I could keep this. It is an insane 1-land keep on the play, but I have Scam, Vehicle, and Greasefang. The fact that they're Yorion means that this vehicle is probably not going to be that good with Greasefang. I'm just going to mulligan. Fatal Push is also probably bad against their deck, so... this hand sucks, but I think I have to keep it. And we just have to hope to draw like a Faithful Mending or something. But this is some of the awkwardness I was talking about. You can already see it. There's just a lot of like moving parts that you're going to draw at the wrong time, and they're just not going to work together. So like if I just didn't have the Scam in my deck, for example, this could just be a discard outlet, where like a traditional Greasefang deck might have that. Oh my god, there's no way. Oh, that's so lucky. That is so insanely lucky. Do I need to stop? I assume it knows. Okay. Look, the deck's perfect, clearly. Clearly this is just the best way to build it. Oh shit, poor opponent. I mean, maybe they have a sweeper or something? I don't know. Okay. That's funny. Alright, GG. So Pixie, what do I want against Pixie actually? I don't really know. So they're just gonna have like Treacherous Blessings, and looks like they're straight black-white. That could be Esper. I think most of the lists that people play are Esper. So yeah, it's interesting. Seamrip, like I don't really want to use Like, I don't want to answer their permanents, so I guess I just want to, like, optimize my main strategy, which means putting in a Thoughtseize, and then figuring out how many verses / fatal pushers I want. I could just have Shieldred as a threat. Like, it's like, I have Fallaji to dodge Momentum Breaker. Fatal Push isn't that good. I guess Verse is fine. I can, like, Verse something that they're targeting with the Pixie. And then Push is okay. I'm just going to try the Shieldred. The other thing I could try is maybe Unlicensed Hearse. Just because it dodges the Edict and I can grow it past Nowhere Run. But it's really slow and... it's okay, right? Like, it's another thing I can get back with... what's it called? Greasefang. Okay, well, obviously we're losing our Greasefang. Spell is welcome. No, you're good. So it looks like they are just black-white. They still haven't shown me a blue land. Yeah, I wonder what their hand is. It must just be a billion removal spells. I might just die to this Yorion though. Do I want to use this Mending? Not exactly. So the problem is if they have Edict, then the Shieldred Blanket plan sucks. Hopeless Nightmare. Yeah, I mean, this plan is not going to work out, but I'm not sure what else to do. I think we're just going to go for it, and then... That's really bad. Yeah, it sucks they ripped Hopeless Nightmare. I assume their hand is just like lands or edicts. I guess they didn't replay it. Okay. Sure. So yeah, we're probably going to get edicted, and then it's just going to be a ripper. I guess I probably at some point should have used the Mending. No edict is... I mean, you would edict to be able to attack for one, so maybe I'm wrong. Yep. I mean, if the Shielder gets to live, the Mending is worth a lot of life. No Yorion, no... It's weird. Sure. Damn. Not sure what we're looking for here. Okay, well, This is going to be tricky. I don't know how I'm beating double Nowhere to Run. Maybe I'm not even supposed to play these, but... Yeah, because now... Whatever. This is a tough spot. I don't have a vehicle, right? Yeah, I think we're just dead. We got squeezed out. I think we had to, like... It looked like they had a really bad draw. But the Nightmare just sort of enabled all their stuff. Stone Brain. Okay. So this is going to name Greasefang, but then we're going to try to scam them. And then hope that we can win with that. I don't think that'll work, but... I'm going to have 3... 4/6. So I'll have 4/6 plus Vanishing Verse. I'm probably not going to die, but like I said, it's going to be really hard to beat the Yorion. Okay, so that's a Shieldred against 2 Nowhere to Runs. Here you go. What the hell am I supposed to do? I guess I just have to cast this. Not a good spot, though. Maybe Yorion. Okay, I think it's just too late. I guess if I get a Thoughtseize, maybe. Okay, do I play the... I should have played the Takenuma first. I punted, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so I got a 1. That kind of auto-tapped me awkwardly, but... Vanishing Verse, so they're both lethal. So I'm just dead, I don't have an out. They drew a Vanishing Verse, so that means... they kill me in the air. So we draw 2, so I just need to out the flyer. Oh, I'm an idiot, sorry. My bad. So how would I win, though? I couldn't win. So it didn't matter. Because, like, I couldn't Thoughtseize again. And I can't counter the Yorion, so... yeah. Alright, GG. It's an awkward game. I think they drew the Edict, too, because they didn't use any of their mana for those, like, couple of shielded turn cycles, so that was also unfortunate, but... whatever. Okay, sure. Thoughtseize, Nowhere to Run, Hopeless. I mean, this hand is nuts. I guess it's Nowhere to Run? Because like, they can't Thoughtseize the Greasefang, they can Thoughtseize the Overlord, but then I have Vehicle Greasefang. And if they Nightmare me, I'll just discard Vehicle. It's annoying, but... I think my hand is okay against Thoughtseize. I have to take the Balemurk, right? It's like 100%. Yeah, I don't think anything else is an option, right? Okay. So I can't get Pixied. That's not how you're supposed to do that. Maybe they're used to playing against sorcery. Okay. Yep. Yep. Is tune-up ever better? I just discard land, right? I think I discard land? I don't know. So tune-up gives me it permanently, but Greasefang means I can cycle it. Alright. Well, I probably made a sort of big mistake, but our decks look decent. Yeah, it's annoying, because now they have another thing to combo with Kieran, but we drew land. I mean, we could use this to dig for land as well, but... Broodwagon looking pretty solid here. Draw another answer to Greasefang. They can't have a really hopeless Nightmare us with the Greasefang in play. Nice. Alright, we got a W. So, it's a pretty good first match. Like, my opponent definitely made a mistake. But I think it highlighted all the things we were trying to accomplish. Even the game we lost, you could sort of see the Fallaji plus Essence Flux chain that you could get going. So, I'll take it. GG's. Opponent goes first. We've got... I think it is weird. I'm going to try it. It's kind of loose, but... Draw Sphinx, I'll be happy. Draw Parhelion, I'll be pretty happy. Turn 1 Elf is terrifying, though. We want to play our blue lands early, just because you want to have double blue for the Flux Sphinx. But yeah, if we're just against, like, Devotion with this draw, I don't know if we could win. Might be tough. Yep. Okay, well, we drew a good card. I think this is better because it helps you find the Sphinx. And we didn't find shit. Okay, well, yeah, to be fair, I don't have that many. There's a reason there's one in the deck. There's not that many creatures. The logic behind it is partially that if you have a lesser amount of Overlords, then you won't see them as often early. So maybe a game can sort of develop, and then a creature will just naturally get in the graveyard, and the Overlord can pick it back up. But I think from this spot, it's still worth playing. It's another reason that the Fallajis are in the deck, too, is like they make the Overlord a bit better. So what, this is my opponent's turn 3. They haven't played a land. They already have... I don't have that much mana. Okay, so... I mean, next turn. They're going to have a lot. I think this one is done for. We could Thoughtseize them, but... Sure, here we go. Pretty unimpressive showing from us, and then it's just mono green Devotion on the play with Elf into 3-drop, so... What can you do? It's just 2 lands, by the way. Double Cavalier. How many Nykthoses are we getting? We'll let them do their thing just so... Well, the mono green enjoyers can watch it, and the endorphins can fire or whatever. As I have 2 Parhelions and an Essence Flux in my hand. I don't nick this. I don't think it matters, though. Like, I can't even attack into these, so... I have 3 lands in play, and my deck is like 5/5 flyers if it does anything, so... Alright, let's see if we can get anything done in the post-board games. Thoughtseize push, Verse, Shieldred. Do I want Destroy Evil? Seam Rip? Kind of difficult to sideboard against this deck, especially like the play versus draw is also really interesting because like I don't have to have Fatal Push. I can kill an elf on 2. Or Let's take out all the Fatal Push. I want to put in Shieldred, I think. Just because when they're doing Cure stuff, like, if we can... I don't know. They might have Graveyard Hate. They might have, like, the Stone Brain. I think Shieldred is typically good against this deck, and they showed the 4-2 that draws cards. So Seam Rip, I think, is better than Push. It hits the 2-mana enchantment they showed us. I don't really need the Overlord. I do think these are good. Maybe I don't need Tune-Up, and I think I want most of my interaction. Like this doesn't kill Kiora, but it exiles the Troll. Bitter Triumph killing Kiora is a really big deal. So I need -2. I think since Tune-Up is just gonna if I tune up a Parhelion, it gets blocked by a Cavalier. It's a little bit less impressive. And I think we go with this. Does Ashiok do anything? Not really, no. Could have Destroy Evil, actually. It kills Cavalier and it kills the 2-mana enchantment, but it's not very impressive, I don't think. I could see an argument for it, but I don't think we're going to put it in. Alright, play first. So I definitely need a strong opener. I think I'm going to keep this. It is, like, very greedy, but I have a thought. If I didn't have a Thoughtseize, I guess I would mull. But even if I, like, miss my land for, like, 2 or 3 turns, it's possible I can still just win the game. Yeah, we'll just take the cheapest ramp card. You know what? That was wrong. I have Verse. Alright, never punished. I mean, that hand was very greedy, but I'm not sure. Alright, Mill did nothing. I'm going to play the Greasefang just to beat down. It also does apply, like, real pressure. And, for the most part, Mono Green's way of interacting with pressure is blocking. If they put a blocker in play, we just get the Bitter Triumph. So. Yep. This is +2. They're going to Cavalier me next turn. Do I want +2 damage? If I brick on land, it's kind of awkward. If I don't brick on land, I just cast Verse and Triumph. So I'm functioning on the assumption that their turn is Trailblazer Cavalier. Okay, so we're going to Triumph, discard. They get a land. They could maybe have a Ghost Vacuum. That's about all I would be worried about here. Yeah, that would suck. I don't know what to say. Exile that. Alright, well, we kept the one lander on the play like a savage, but it worked out. We drew our land immediately. I mean, their start was pretty good. I don't think we would have had much time. Like, they could also just storm no more Cavaliers, so I think we got away with something there, but I'll take it. Yeah, so now I can have Fatal Push on the draw. I don't know, this Shieldred kind of seems like a meme anyway. I have 3 answers. I think I can beat an elf draw anyway. Like, if they have an elf and I have a Thoughtseize, maybe they mulligan or just flood out. I don't want to overdo it with the 1-mana removal, but I do think when you're on the draw against mono green, just like having extra answers for elf, it's not bad. I'm gonna keep this hand. You know, maybe it points towards the mana base needing work. I could have less basics. I could have less Takenumas, but it seems mostly functional. Okay, then. So I guess I'm cycling because I need an answer for this Cavalier. If they mill like a storm, I don't know. If they find a storm soon, our life, they haven't nicked those two. Our life is going to be hard. Alright, well, they didn't mill one. Tune up. I guess we'll just... What else could I do? Just do this. Cut them down mana. And we just need to dodge Storm. Hopefully they don't hit it in like the next 2 or 3 turns. Okay, that is a card that makes their top decks a bit scarier, but whatever. Do I want to just get the vehicle? It's fine. I mean, it's a clock. And I guess I'm going to go after this. Okay, so they just immediately drew a thing that triggers that, I guess? Why would you play it then? It's fine either way. Okay. So depending on what they play, we can just verse the 4-2. Jesus Christ. That was a good top deck. Fuck my life. So it's gonna be shield counter and 4-4. I guess I'm versing this. I mean, they could disenchant and shield counter. That would be fine. This is going to be gnarly. I kind of just don't want them to have any cards, though. Alright, so no shield counter. That makes sense against Verse. That was a good draw. Alright. So what can I Flux for? Can't really even Mending for that much good. So if I'm Mending, I could miss on the Seam Rip answer. I guess we'll just try to get a white source. I don't really need this Thoughtseize anymore. Alright, we bricked. So now what the hell am I supposed to do? Trample, no trample, so I'm taking 10. I can blink here. Yeah, I mean, that was a good top deck. I don't know. I didn't expect a fucking Titan of Industry off the top, but that is how it went. And our mana is not helping at all. I just bricked off the Fallaji. Yeah, it's an unlucky game, I guess. Alright, fair enough. Drew a land at least. I have to draw plain. I have to draw like untap white that doesn't deal me damage plus Vanishing Verse. I guess I could chump this thing if I draw Flux. Man, come on. We just got all blue-black lands. Alright, GG. Fair enough. Mono Green Devotion. I mean, they didn't even have, like, that crazy of a start. Like, I don't know. I could have played that differently, too. I could have just let them draw cards and then answered the Titan. It would have given me more time, but all you're ever doing against this stupid, miserable deck is praying to God that they don't draw Storm the Festival, otherwise their cards don't really do anything. So, I don't know. I think I like my line. Maybe it was wrong. Maybe we could have won that if we did things differently. But I'll take it. It was a sweet match either way. So, GG's. Alright, sorry about that. Opponent goes first. Sure. Oh no. Oh no. Well. I sure hope you don't have 2/2 drops. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, fuck yeah. I love mono red mice in Pioneer. I love this archetype. It's my favorite tribe ever designed in all of standard formats. It's so cool. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I just have to... Yeah. Okay. This is gonna hurt. I'm going second. Nice, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Oh, yeah. This is great. This is just what I wanted. I mean, what am I supposed to do, right? Just be dead. I guess... Maybe I was supposed to just Overlord and try to hit exactly the Greasefang thing. I have the Riddler, so I can hit the Blink, but... I mean, well, we're double striking. Yeah, we drew a land too. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Let's just take 100,000 damage after I've played 2 lands in the Pioneer format. After Thoughtseizing my opponent too. Yeah, I'm in. It's lethal. Is it lethal even if I block here? So if I block here, it's 14, right? I mean, this shit is so dumb. Like, how did R&D... Like, how? How is this a thing? I just died, by the way. My thing was a fucking 1/4, man. Like... It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. I think the mice archetype's really cool. Good stuff. Thank you, sir. Yum, yum. Give me more of that. That was a good game. Wow, how neat. How cool was that? Thank you. Alright. Just mentally breaking against mice creatures. Can't wait to mentally break against Spider-Man soon. Alright, what do I actually want here? How important is the scam stuff? I think this is decent. Honestly, maybe... I was going to say I don't need all the Parhelion stuff. So tune-up's kind of slow. Thoughtseizes is okay. I don't know if I want more than 2. I want all my removal. I think I need the mendings. I think we're going to go keep these. And then I can reassess on tune-up and then the scam package. Seems like... I guess the scam package is okay. Like 3 mana 4/6 should be good against a red deck, but that's not how the current year works whatsoever. So I don't know. Just take out the Thoughtseize. That's fine. Like one of the problems with push against the red deck is they just play Kumano Faces Kakazan and you kind of get time locked on turn 2. Where, like, you leave up the black, they obviously just play the broken 1-drop that doesn't die to removal spell, and then, like, you just don't get to use your mana on 1. You have to choose a turn that you lose, which would be annoying. Wow. I'm a wizard. Okay, so... Yeah. So we lose turn 1, that's fine. It's actually kind of nice for me since I have the 2-mana removal spell. I don't really hate this if they don't play a creature here either. Because I have this. Okay, well that worked out decently. Some of the time, like... You can see how there would be a spot where I would just lose my mana. Okay, so they could have Rending Volley. Which I can afford to play around, so I guess I will. Should I, though? I don't think so. There's probably 1 or 2 in their 75. I mean, this isn't that bad, right? Like, they could still easily win this game, but, I mean, that's not no cost. My mana's awkward. Maybe Manifold Mouse. Okay, what do you got? So they had 4 lands, a red cap melee, 2 Kumanos, and a Manifold Mouse. So I think I'm just gonna push. Like, if they have... I guess I can stop them from Witchstalker frenzying me, which would be mildly annoying. So if they lynx me, it's gonna hurt. Which means I still think I should maximize my life total. Probably. Okay, Flux here. That is a bit awkward, but I think it's fine. So not playing this land is good for Faithful Mending. It's good if I want to discard for Triumph. It also makes me take less damage against the Lynx. I don't think it really accomplishes that much for me to play it, so... The Flux is kind of interesting. I have 3 Sphinx left in my deck, but it's also just an Impulse here. Pretty annoying. Damn. These mice cards are so unbelievably broken. I just cannot believe it, dude. Alright, so we're blinking. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I boarded a tune-up. I don't know. This might be a spew. Could save it. Okay, first Parhelion. So I already have 2 answers. I kind of just want... This is double green. I kind of just want the redraw, I think. Is a redraw better than an answer against mono red? I think it is. Maybe not. It's hard to cast, though. I can't actually cast... Fuck, I can't double spell, right? It's awkward. This town is also just, like, ticking at my life total. Yeah, I don't know. I should have taken the redraw. I need to actually win the game, I think. I don't know. It's a weird spot. The draw was very good, but that's just every game I've ever played against the Mice deck because it just has busted lands and busted spells that cost 1 and 4 and 2. Yeah, it sucks. Okay, well, again, my mana is just fucking hosing me. Okay, so if they have shock, my life sucks. I don't know how many verges I have, but obviously I have way more shocks than verges. I should. I can look at my mox field, but my mana base is not perfect. So 6. So it's 7 verges, 10 shocks. So we've seen 4 verges and 0 shocks. Or now we've milled here. Yeah, it'll happen. This mouse deck just like it breaks my heart, dude. Playing against it is just it makes me so sad. I hate it so much. I mean, at least the shit got banned out of standard. Standard has its own problems, but like it's just such a like this mouse deck is just the culmination of every problem I've had with 3-year standard and the 1-2-year bans and like the design and like the power creep that's gonna happen because of it. I hate it. My opponent just misclick or what? The fuck is this? I don't really know. Okay, so I guess I'm shocking. Why would you ever not? I think they misclicked. Why would you not do this? I don't get it. Maybe they meant to like haste it. Sure. Okay, why am I main phasing this? Does it really matter? I guess the Sphinx. Not a great card, but also not the worst card. Eventually we'll draw a Sphinx, right? Draw something that's relevant. We have 5. So they need 3 and I'm dead. So if the last card's Lightning Strike, which it could easily be, we might just be dead. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot that was really unfortunate about this game. Probably play one of these. I think I have one more Mending. But the Sphinx is going to draw a bunch of cards. I actually want to have less cards in my hand for the Sphinx, so yeah, I should definitely play land. Yep. I mean, we're just waiting to die here, right? Like, we have good draws, but... Sure, man. I mean, whatever. Like, what do you want me to do? GG's.